Go again. Right. She's trying not to laugh. Right, welcome back to the channel. Before we start, like and subscribe, pass to your friends. Please press like. We get a lot of people watching these videos, but they don't press like or subscribe, so it will help the channel greatly if you can press like. Right, today we're doing Toad in the Hole, or as I jokingly sometimes go, Frog in the Hole. For our French viewers. Right, I'm not doing it though, my wife's doing it. So it's Claire, she's going to be doing the cooking and the preparing and everything else. So I will leave you in her capable hands, and we'll leave, you'll see me in the background, but you know, ignore me. Right, so okay, I'll leave you to it.
Alright guys, as he said, this is going to be Toad in the Hole, but it's also known as sausage toad as well. It's kind of a recipe that a friend of ours, a late friend of ours, told us about. And I'm just doing it in memory of her. So Debbie, this is for you, must say. So what you do, get a nice big bowl, get a balloon whisk. So making kind of like a Yorkshire pudding or like a crepe recipe. You'll need 8 eggs. So 8 whole eggs. 1, okay. Now we just whisk those eggs up. Give it a good mix so it's just kind of a uniform-ish colour. Alright. Because I got a few dietary issues, I've got to use lactose-free milk. But you can use normal.
Even though the eggs are lactose.
No, the eggs are not lactose. Lactose is the sugar that's inside milk. Unfortunately, I can't digest it that well. So, just need a little splash. That's it. That's all you need.
Can you see the milk?
You can
just about
see the milk.
Yeah, there.
Okay, so it's just barely in there.
Cool.
We'll give that a mix in. Okay. Some people use self-raising flour, some people use plain flour. I use plain flour because what we do with it, it actually makes it fluffier when you cook it. All right. This pot's as big as I am. And for those that know us, it's a height joke in my family.
Yes.
Right, so just after you add the milk and give it a good stir, you then add salt and pepper. So a good twist a few times. So sometimes the peppercorns don't break that well because it's a fresh new one, so you can have crunchy bits. Sorry guys, but got a few twists of salt and pepper because you've got to season it, otherwise it's just bland. And salt always goes well with egg. Alright, and then you give it a good mix. I wouldn't look at it because I've already added a spoonful of flour already. But you add... Right, so now you just add flour. As I said, I use plain flour. And you just do it like 1 spoon at a time because you want to have the right consistency. Because if it's too thick, you have to add extra milk and then the consistency it goes. So you have to make sure you've got to keep an eye on it as you go along. Okay? Yes, it will start off having lumps. But the more you beat it, those lumps will then go. Okay? So just keep adding more. Because you don't want to add too much, because if you add too much, you can't take it away. So always make sure you add less than you normally do and then take your time adding. And this is kind of almost the consistency we need. Almost there. maybe another spoon of flour. Yeah. Just another spoon.
I forgot you mix like a machine.
I do.
So how many spoonfuls did you put?
I didn't
2,
count,
3.
but as I said, it depends on the individual, on how you want it, whether you want it thin or like for
That's
pancakes.
the 5th one.
So this is the 5th,
Fifth one.
but it's more of like, you got to have it like a nice consistency. You don't want it too thin, don't want it too thick.
So 5 tablespoons. Heat. 5 heat tablespoons.
Yeah. That's better. There you go. See? So it's kind of like runny cake batter.
Yummy.
Yeah? It's thick, but it's not too thick. As I said, you got to give it a good beating. Make sure those lumps are gone, because you got to make sure that it's mixed well, because you don't exactly want to eat it and have a mouthful of flour. It's like, it's no good. So, and now, part of the recipe is where we get to put this in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. So it kind of lets the flour rest and lets it just relax, because you don't want stressed flour. Put that in the sink once we're done with it. So yeah, as I said, that's it. That is our mixture. Okay, and then we just put that in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Hey guys, welcome back. Just taking the batter out of the fridge. In the meantime, I'm just about to take the oil out of the oven.
Right, so this has been in for what, 2 hours?
Yeah, about 2 hours.
Okay, so in the meantime, while that was in the fridge, you put oil in the pans
Yep, I've put
and to let the oil heat up.
two
Okay.
oven dishes.
So she's going to make one fluffy, one crispy with the same batter. As if by magic. One same butter does 2 things.
Sorry guys, this is very, very, very hot.
Right, and also what she's done as well is part cooked the sausages, because obviously if you put the sausages raw in the batter, then they might not cook all the way through, because there's pork. You really don't want uncooked pork. So they've been part cooked, so when they finish cooking with the batter, they should actually be pretty good.
Right, because
Yeah.
we've got 2 dishes, I'm splitting this in half, so it's going to be in 2 dishes, because in our family we've got to do 2, because some like it fluffy and some like it crispy. So I've got to be careful when putting it in, because the oil is very, very, very hot. As you can probably hear, it's starting to sizzle as I put the sausages in, because it's that hot. Ooh. And some of us like a lot of sausage and some of us don't. I've also cut the sausages because it's preference. You don't have to cut
you
them.
can see it sizzling there.
Yep. There you go, nice and bubbly.
That's
right
how you
there.
know it's hot.
Yep. Didn't put too much oil in, because otherwise it will be too soggy. So that's the sausages in. And now we just mix in the butter.
Standing to attention.
Oh, we can't have him standing to attention. We'll leave him flat so you can
Okay.
join in with the rest of us. So, if I'm right, this one's going to be the crispy one, this one's going to be the fluffy one. So this one gets the most batter. Okay? And you got to make sure you cover the sausages, because otherwise it's also personal preference. Me, I like to make sure that they're well covered, so they're not too hard on the outside. Nobody likes too much of a crispy hard skin on a sausage. So, and then we put a little bit in this one, and then it's just a matter of moving it around so it can get covered. Sometimes the oil starts to cook it straight away. That's fine.
How about that sausage? No, that one.
I'm pointing with shadows I can't see.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, and then we put the rest. Also, you've got to make sure that the oven is well hot. So it's a mix between 160 to 180 degrees Celsius, or 320 Fahrenheit. Sorry, just double checking that. That's yep, 320 Fahrenheit to 356 degrees Fahrenheit.
So when you part cook the sausages, I don't know. When you part cook the sausages, was that the same temperature?
Yeah, it was the same temperature. It's just so the temperature is regulated in the oven. So when you do put it back in, you don't have to worry about the temperature control.
So you've done, so that temperature, what, how long did you part cook the sausages for?
Part cook the sausages, it was about 15 minutes, because you don't want to have raw sausages, because that will make you sick. So there we go, back in there. So that's going to be the fluffy one, this one's going to be the crispy one. So remember, the ridged one's supposed to be the crispy one. Here we are, and then we put it back in the oven.
You'll see which is fluffy, which is crispy at the end.
Yeah, and then we just wait for, I'd say, what, another 20 minutes maximum, otherwise you're overcooking them, can't do that. So yeah, it's about 15 to 20 minutes.
So 15 to 20 minutes on about 170 degrees centigrade.
So yeah,
Okay.
so let's wait and see, shall we? And see how it all turns out. Back in a moment. Hey guys, welcome back. Just about to get it back out of the oven. Kind of like 5 minutes longer than I normally should, but here we are. Here is the crispy one. Nice and fluffy inside that too. And here is the thick and fluffy one. Kind of look the same, but let's see when we cut it open, shall we? Let's turn that down just a little, because I've got something else in the oven. Okay, so let's take out the crispy one. Let's hope it hasn't stuck to the bottom, because this dish has got a print on the bottom, so it tends to stick. There we go. So, this is supposed to be the crispy one. Let's see how it goes, shall we? Okay. There we go. So, it's slightly thinner, but as I said, if you want it crispy, just remove the amount of batter needed. But hopefully, it's just a thin amount, so it shouldn't be a problem. So let's put this one to the side. So as you can see, it's thin, so that's fine. Let's put that on there. And let's take out the thick one. Again, it's nice and fluffy. Let's get that one out. There we are, guys. And this one should be like a cake on the inside. No, it's kind of similar to that one. Hey, I'm only human.
Okay, right, yeah. So,
but we do have quite a lot of doughy consistency, so that's fine. We know that's cooked all the way through.
as with live videos, it doesn't always go to plan. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, if you want to make it crispy, use a bit less batter, and you'll find it should give more of a crispy texture.
That whole corner it's nice and fluffy, it's soft. This is yum.
But the test is in the tasting, as they say. So,
Yeah.
let's find out.
Oh, you're going to taste it from that one?
Yeah, right, well, so this is the crispy one. This is, to be honest, this is more fluffy than crispy, I would say. So, but just just use less batter. But actually, you have got a bit of punch to it. So,
Yeah. See, I like mine cakey. I like it nice and soft. So.
this is the other one.
Yeah.
That's certainly more cakey, fluffy than that. So there is a difference, but yeah, so just use less batter if you want it crispier. So yeah, job well done. I know what we're having for dinner, so which is fine. And our camera woman
Thank you very much.
is stealing a bit and just complaining it's hot. That'll teach her.
Ew.
Right, okay.
It is nice.
Thanks for watching. Like I said before in the past, please press like, subscribe, send it to your friends, get them to like. The more likes we get, the more subscribes we get. The more
Even
the
try it
channel
out
grows.
yourself.
And I've always said, by all means, send me anything you want to try, but don't have time to try. We'll give it a try, and we'll see how well it turns out. You never know. So, thanks for watching, and until the next time, from me and Claire,
Thanks, guys.
you take it easy. Speak to you soon.